Oh, who we got? Who we got here? Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? Hey, Sandra, good to see you. Good to see you. Peace. Okay, peace and balance. I think that was you that went by really quick. Mary Strong, thank you for joining. Hey, how are you, Jennifer? Jennifer, when you were talking about Fairfax Avenue, was that Birmingham, Alabama yesterday? Hey, Nikki, how you doing? Okay, cool. I saw that. I saw that. Look, I'm gonna inbox you about that a little bit later. Hey, Pork Chops 373. Reagan Rob, thank you for joining. Hi, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Sequoia, how are you? Very good. Very good. Sandra, thank you for inviting followers. I appreciate that. Mr. White, thank you for joining me this morning. How are you? How are you? For those of you who are joining, if you wouldn't mind, if you would type in your names and let me know who you are. If your handle doesn't say clearly who you are, let me know who you are so I can call you out by name. Oh, Sequoia, I know you tired, girl. Look, one thing about my scopes, they're usually pretty quick. Hey, Maverick, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. If you'll go ahead and share this with your followers, I would appreciate that. Mary, okay. Sabrina, Lakeisha, thank you. Thank you. Lakeisha, peace and balance. Okay, cool. Thank you for joining me. If you'll go ahead and share this scope with your followers, my scopes are usually pretty quick, so I'm not going to keep you very long. And let me get you to tap your screen a few times just to show me some of that morning love. Make sure you're awake and staying with me and not sleeping on the job. J Beauty 36, thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me. Listen, so today I'm going to be talking about how comfort zones are anything but comfortable. I got my script here, so I'm going to be reading. Usually I'm not really good at preparing in advance. And so when I decide to do a scope, it's usually at the last minute. So I have to jot down everything I want to say so that I don't forget. So usually I'm going to be reading my script. Okay, so I want to talk about how comfort zone is anything but comfortable. Okay, but before we do that, and Chloe, hey Chloe, how you doing? So my name is Sharita Cadenhead. I am the founder of Renew, Refresh, Reset Your Life, where every day presents another opportunity to hit the reset button on your life. I am also a best-selling author, a certified life coach, and a speaker. I am the exit strategist, and what I do is I help people exit out of their comfort zones and enter into their purpose, passions, desires, and goals. I'm already uncomfortable with this goal. Oh, my toes hurt. Okay, Jennifer. Okay, so and I help people through individual coaching, and group coaching and speaking. Okay, so when I say where the comfort zones are anything but comfortable, off the top, let me ask you to consider this: would you agree that comfort zones are produced by anxiety? Okay, would you agree that comfort zones are produced by anxiety? Yes. Okay. So, would you, the entire time you are convincing yourself why you shouldn't do something, you are simultaneously experiencing anxiety thinking about it, right? Okay. So if you're experiencing anxiety while you're in that comfortable situation, that's what I mean when I say comfort zones are anything but comfortable. When has anxiety ever been a comfortable place? Definitely. And fear. Exactly. Fear. It's all anxiety driven. And if it involves an activity in the future, let's say a week, couple of weeks, or months away, you spend all that time in a state of anxiety. And when the day comes, you either back out or freak out on your way to doing that very thing. Okay. So consider this. Now let's look at if from a different perspective, talking about an activity or an event that you might be coming up a week, 2 or 3 weeks away. Okay, so instead of single-handedly instigating the anxiety, why not spend that time planning as to how you might make it through that activity or that event? Okay, instead of worrying about how it's going to turn out and all those bad things, why don't you try to think about how you could handle that event, how you can make it through that event. And you're going to be experiencing the anxiety anyway, okay? But chances are, if you go ahead and do that thing or participate in that activity, and there is a benefit for you, it's going to be worth the anxiety. Hey, N Hughes 168, thank you for joining me. The big advantage Let's see here what I've got here. The big advantage of planning how you'll navigate the activity is that you begin to explore your options, okay? And so when you start exploring your options and thinking about these advantages of going, your creative juices start to flowing. I mean, you start to wake up some of your thinking ability that have been dormant for a very long time, okay? Because when you get in the comfort zone, you almost get too lazy to even think, okay? It's too inconvenient to think about your options. It's too inconvenient to work things out. It's too inconvenient to try to come up with strategies that will help you make it through something. It's just much easier to sit on that couch, watch TV, sit on your porch, maybe hopefully read a book, probably not even that, because reading a book will cause you to think and contemplate on some things. But so as you ponder on how you'll successfully manage an event, you will likely come up with several options. And in fact, you might even find that you are more resourceful than you realize. You'll discover or rediscover how creative and ingenious you are. Because when you have resigned yourself to your comfort zone, you don't feel challenged to even think and stimulate your brain outside of resisting exiting out of the comfort zone. You spend all of your mental time and energy trying to figure out how to avoid something. How funny is that? I mean, seriously, I just thought about that. That is hilarious. You spend all of your mental capacity thinking about how to avoid something instead of thinking how you might enjoy something. That's just crazy. I'm gonna think of that when I hang up from this. That's just really crazy. Okay, and I'm included. I'm thinking, girl, you a nut. Okay, you a nut. I'm talking to myself, not you all. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. If there's two things, if there's an activity or event that is coming up soon, I want you to begin to explore how you are going to successfully manage your presence in a way that works for you. Okay, that's very important. Listen to what I say. Notice I didn't say in a way that is comfortable for you. I said in a way that works for you. And so that's really how I want you to start thinking about stuff. Stop thinking about how uncomfortable it's going to be. Okay, and when you're planning to do something, don't think in terms of how it's going to work for you rather than how comfortable it's going to be for you. Because right now, the comfort is your problem. Okay, not how comfortable it's going to be for you, but how in a way that it's going to work for you. Put that in your brain and just don't let it go. And if you change your mindset from thinking about how uncomfortable a situation may be to, okay, how can I handle this situation in a way that will work for me? I'm telling you, just doing that will probably make all of the difference. Okay, so you want to get out of the comfort zone and do something in a way that works for you. And when you talk about doing stuff in a way that works for you, that could be, does it work well with your personality? Does it work well with your style of communication? Does it work well with your style of how you like to dress, how you like to walk, how you like to talk, how you like to engage? What is your style? What does it mean when you say in a way that works for me? The other thing that I want you to do is I want you really to make a list of those things make a list. Get your thick pad, okay? Because it might be a long list. But I want you to make a list that make you uncomfortable, okay? When you make that list, I also want you to write down the many ways that you can make those situations work for you. The many ways that you can make those situations work for you. Thank you for sharing, Sabrina and Chloe. Thank you. Sequoia, thank you for jumping back in. So I want you to write down those things that make you uncomfortable. Okay. Indicate why they make you uncomfortable. Okay. And then another column, I want you to write down how you can turn those situations around so that they work for you. Okay. You might end up with a manual, but hey, so what? The other thing, you might even end up with a book. Okay. And I wish everybody on this I journal. And I know, and I'm on a new journal. But when I'm done with that, I've been journaling for years, off and on. But I'm going to compile all those journals, and that's the story that I'm going to be telling about my life in my book. And so when you finish journaling all of these things, you'll end up with a book. So that's my scope for today. The comfort zone is anything but comfortable because it's anxiety producing. Okay, stop thinking about ways that you can do things that are comfortable for you and do them in a way that will work for you. Okay, And also jot down those things that make you uncomfortable and write down how you can turn that around to make them advantageous for you. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. I'm not used to talking and reading the comments too, so don't think I'm avoiding anybody. It's like I can only do like one or two things at a time. That's just how my brain works, okay? But listen, I'm out of here. I love you all. I appreciate you joining me. I promise you I do. I look forward to seeing you on the next Scope, whenever that might be, and they'll probably be random, but at least once a week. Also, catch me on Sunday at 3 o'clock on blabim/CH Cadenhead. It will be the first episode of Renew, Refresh, Reset Your Life TV, and my guest will be Janet Tatum. And we will be talking about some things that she has successfully done to exit out of her comfort zones in order to do some of the things that she would like to do. And she's doing a fabulous job. I'm so proud of her. I don't know what to do. Oh, I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm out of here. I love you. Goodbye. Have a great day.